Hello everybody and welcome to Wesley's Plant World, and today I am out in the area of my garden here at Crystal Cottage called Crystal Woods, and here I want to create a lot more pathways so that we can get around in our garden a lot more, because for the last 7 years over half of my garden has been inaccessible because there aren't pathways right up to the edge of the borders of my garden, and that's what I want to create now. So I'm going to take you along so you can see different parts of the process of me doing this, and then the final result of my beautiful pathways. And this is all the beginning of building up this side of my garden now so that it can become more usable, and I can plant more edible plants in here, for example, and more evergreen plants and more ground covering plants and all sorts of things to build up the area. I have a lot of lovely mature plants, thin trees, thicker trees. I need to thin them out. There's a lot of work to be done, but this video is all about the pathways. So let me show you what the area looked like before I started. So here we go. You can see there are a lot of trees and bushes, and a lot of these bushes are hazelnut bushes, and they're very thick at the bottom, and it's very hard to get through all of this. There's lots of debris on the ground. All the lovely rocks that could be exposed and look beautiful as accentuated pieces in the garden are lost. Look at the canopy, it's very thick. This day in September is a beautiful day with blue sky, but otherwise it gets very, very dark in here, so difficult to grow plants underneath. So this is all going to be sorted out now. Now you've seen the beginning, let's go and have a look at the pathways that I've already cleared out. And by that I mean I've pruned back branches and sawn off branches and trunks and things that were in the way of the pathways that I want to create. And the ground hasn't been cleared out yet, so it could be quite difficult for you to see where the actual pathways are, but you will be able to see them later in this video. So we'll start by going straight into Crystal Woods here, and these are the pathways that I've already created. They just need to be raked out a little bit more from the leaves, and I've made some fencing just around the edges to outline them. So here we go, looking good. And then we created, if we go back round to the left here, we created the area we called Silver Way, and this is a pathway that goes in and back behind Triangle Garden on our left. But I've just created this new pathway here around the edge of the garden. And you can see all the leaves need to be cleared up. Down here I have Vinca minor that I need to move and put into the borders because it's a lovely evergreen plant, so I don't want to waste that in the pathway here, so that will be moved. But let's carry on now so you can see the pathway magic before I clean it out, just so you can get an idea. So along the edge of the border of our property I've planted out these Picea abies, Norwegian spruce, and I have a big one on the side here growing up, so that's perfect. So this is the pathway round the back, and if I just show up to the side you can see the roadway and our neighbours' houses and so forth. So this is where I'm creating the path. This is a hazelnut bush that's growing quite wild, but I love it, so I'll fix that. Then we go around here, and before we go on, we have this beautiful, big, tall English oak tree. Look at that lovely winter silhouette. I love that. So that's outlining the left side of the pathway. And on the right side, I have a natural bonsai, which is a Picea abies that broke at the top, bent, and carried on growing out. And look at this structure. That's absolutely fabulous. So I want it to be a focal point of our garden. So I'm going to make a border around that. Let's carry on with the pathway. So all these pathways will act like borders around islands of plants where I can put small fences to keep all the leaves in to create fantastic soil around edible plants. Again, another rock here that needs to be exposed, full of roots and trees growing over a boulder. That's going to make a lovely piece of art in the garden. Look at all the moss, it's absolutely beautiful around the pathway as well. And then again, another one of these boulders with tree roots growing on around. Absolutely amazing. We need to get closer so we can understand this. If we look here, you can see, look at the top of this boulder, this root hugging around the top. And I'm hoping to prune back the top to encourage it to grow out lower like a kind of bonsai on that rock. That is my plan. Anyway, back to the pathway that we can't see very well so far. These pathways will also be important so that the borders won't be compacted by walking on. I'll be making borders in all of this area with lots of pathways going in and around to separate everything, and then start thinning out these bushes and planting out. It's going to be amazing. Each island is going to have different edible plants. It will be so practical. So now I have made the pathways and I've cleared them out so you can see the lovely brown dirt which is showing the trail. And let's go and have a look at that because it's just fantastic now. So the pathways are finished and let's have a look and see what the difference is now with new pathways in our Crystal Woods area. So we'll first go around the back of oval garden here to the right and triangle garden here to the left. So this is the original pathway and that carries on through the middle here, but we're going to go around to the left here into Silver Way, and then here to the right. I haven't cleaned out the plants in this first part here yet, but I'll do that. But let's carry on up around the back of our garden. Pathway goes around here, past our big oak tree trunk and our natural bonsai here. Love that. So around the corner, and then the pathway carries on around here, around this downy birch tree, towards this rock which is a perfect turning point. So we turn around here and there's two pathways here, one going straight back or one that carries round to the back of the garden. So we'll carry on this way. All of the centre part here, the Japanese stone garden, will be sorted out. You can see we've sorted out this pathway. Go around here, rocks around the back, and the pathway continues. I can't wait to get fencing around all of the islands that we've created as well now. So now we come to a junction where we can either turn right and go there, or left round to the back of our garden and carry on all the way to the furthest back corner on the southern side down here, and then we come back out to the pathway that we had originally. There's one that goes out to the Wild Orchard garden there, and this one goes back into the centre of Crystal Woods. So you can see here, and here we've also made a pathway that goes to the left into the middle of the garden. Here there's also a junction that goes down to the left and out and around here. Or we go back and there's a little pathway that goes around here through the middle of the trees. This is going to be lovely in the summer when the canopy's grown out again. There's also a path that goes around out there. We've got one here. We will be carrying on and extending out to the left here, but for now we have this little one that goes back here and back down towards the Japanese stone garden, as you can see here. And And we love all the rocks here, they're just gorgeous in a ring. This is all going to be accentuated much more with time. And then we can take the pathway on the left side of Oval Garden back towards our cottage here. And there we have it. New forest, crystal woods pathways created, and expanding the garden area even more. So I really hope you've enjoyed seeing the production of pathways in the garden, and I hope it's inspired you to go out and create a little extra pathway magic in your own garden. Thank you very much once again for watching this video with me. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be coming up, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.